We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the New Orleans Saints.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. A man who played collegiately here in Louisiana, Elijah Mitchell.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And a nice job there skipping away from the one tackle and ends up getting 5 yards out of that. Second down.
Well, this defense for the Saints, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems...
Oh, his first throw of the game, going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, it's earned it by their play. The psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Quick throw to Olave.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Give him 32 on the play.
It's early, but now it's a cliche word here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games, too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
And Bell is right into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Jamal Williams, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Here's Cunningham.
Oh, he tries to force it in.
Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So the ball changing hands on the interception. But meanwhile here, we do have an injury on the play. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
And here's Kamara on the read option.
And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
A play fake. Now Cunningham. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 4th down. Cunningham to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Jenkins. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
First carry now for the LSU alum, Ty Davis-Price.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
You look at this Saints defense.
They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Cunningham looking to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Jenkins. A gain there of 21 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, putting the ball right on him.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to get it back here just past the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And Mitchell going to have a 49ers first down as a tackle made up at the 48-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Another run to Mitchell. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over once again at their own 47-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Cunningham. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 big plays plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he lost the football. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Better ball security, but not much else to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. So on 4th down, on comes Saints kicker Will Lutz. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. The kick by Lutz is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 10. Now Purdy. That's for the former Alabama man, Cameron Latu. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Jamario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, rather look at the defense. They came in prepared, have excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now Cunningham. Complete to Olave on the out route. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On first down, it's Purdy. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 13-7. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Cunningham. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Ready. Cowboy 80.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around with the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a first down throw, Cunningham. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On 1st and 10, Cunningham. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
60 Bison. Ready.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
19 tight.
Operating from the gun, Cunningham. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Lutz is good. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth.
booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick.
The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half right now, all of them are about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A handoff from Mitchell running left.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
66 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Isaiah Foskey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Purdy gets this one to Juszczyk. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good short hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Purdy now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Back to the ground here, Mitchell.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive is going pretty well. I could come right back at them.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now. It's 16-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. They'll give to Kamara here on the option. Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Here's Cunningham from the gun. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. Here's Cunningham. He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Off the option, here's Williams. And he'll take this one down to the 36. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Cunningham to throw. Connecting over the middle with Downs. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll try to run for it with Miller. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. The kick by Lutz is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Throwing here, Purdy. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Into space at the 45. And it'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. Now they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, 49ers.
Ty Davis-Price.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the 49ers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Moody good with the extra point.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
Breaks through the contact.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
On 2nd down, here's Cunningham. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Well, certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Cunningham looking to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
Out of the pistol, here's Williams. And I think this defense knew what was coming, as he is smothered behind the line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
To throw on second down, Cunningham. And that'll be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
On third down, here's Camaro. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The kick by Lutz is good. And it will push the lead up to 5. So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Here's first and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Man, he'll get nothing out of that one.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire.
A give running right is Mitchell.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is third down. Here's Purdy. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go. To throw is Purdy. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. Tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here's first down. Here's Purdy to throw.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete.
One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Purdy.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.